Hello and welcome back to Tits, Tums and All Things Mum. Before I introduce today's guest, I just want to remind you that the Tits on Tour tickets that was a bit of a mouthful, are finally on sale. So make sure you head over to either Instagram at titstumsandallthingsmum and get your tickets, or in the show notes below. I think they're going to sell out quite quickly. So get yourselves there for an epic and wild and crazy mum's night out. Just picture my brain projected onto stage. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be amazing. Get yourselves there. But today we have got the amazing, the hilarious Crossland.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm really good. I'm pumped with coffee and I'm feeling great.
I love that at this time of day. It's like
it's
3 o'clock in the afternoon. You're pumped with coffee. I'd be up all night.
I'm going to be up all night. That's the plan.
Love that for you. So could you start by telling us a bit about yourself?
Yeah, well, I'm a dad. I make videos online that make people laugh.
Yeah.
Thankfully, because they're supposed to be funny. So I'm glad people find them funny.
Yeah.
And somehow that's turned into a career.
I love that.
It's so 2025. My dad does not understand it.
They don't.
I saw him today, actually. He said, when people ask what I do, he says, I don't know, but it looks fun.
That is the best tagline though for a job though. Don't know what he does, but it looks fun.
Don't know what he does, but he's
and he makes
having a good time.
Shitload of money.
I wish.
Yeah. Honestly, your videos are so good though.
Thank you,
I
mate.
absolutely
Cheers.
love them. And there's not enough dad creators out there to represent you as a bunch. So I love that you're representing the dads out there.
Yeah, cheers, man. And the ones that I have seen, sometimes it's a bit heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to bring a bit of comic relief to the space.
Yeah.
And maybe I do just need to get all the dadfluencers together. That's a new word I heard the other day.
Dadfluencer.
Yeah.
Love that.
I was at an event yesterday and they said, oh, so you're a dadfluencer. And I was like, well, apparently now.
Yes, that's what you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the dadfluencers. You should get all of them together and
that's a good idea.
get more of them as well. Because as I said to you before in the green room, you're only the third dad that I've had on this podcast.
Yeah.
And there's just too few and far between. And I also think they're a little bit scared of me. So
yeah. That's true. Luckily I wasn't scared of you. I was excited to be here, man. Really excited.
I'm really excited to have you on. But how did you kind of get into making content around parenthood and all of that stuff online?
Do you know what? I think it's just because I became a parent.
Yeah.
I was making videos. When the ability to upload videos to the internet started, I was doing it.
Yeah.
Like when you could upload a little clip to MySpace, I was doing it. Facebook.
Do you remember Bebo?
Yeah, I remember Bebo.
I love Bebo.
I love it. I loved it all, and I was always up for sharing myself online. Maybe one day we'll get to that. But I've just always been doing it, and then I became a dad, and I was a little bit more vloggy with it.
Yeah.
And then I decided to show less of what's actually happening in my life and make sort of pieces about what was happening in my life.
Yeah.
But it did as soon as I became a dad, I was trying to become an online musician before that.
Oh, amazing.
Then I became a dad and I was like, why don't I just talk about music and a dad? And that was sort of my first viral video. And I was explaining what old bands were to my kids and sort of went a bit viral, and I was like, oh, I've got the taste for it now. But I was like, I want to take away the vloggy bit and just make sort of test myself in writing.
Yeah.
That was honestly, that's how it got started, just because I've always done it, and then I became a dad.
Yeah, I love that. And you share lots of Disney content as well.
Oh,
how
mate.
was Disney World and Disney Cruise?
Oh my God, that was honestly there's moments in this career that we have. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It is a career. And
Don't do the...
I don't know why. I didn't know I did the bunny ears.
It is a proper career.
It's a proper fucking career.
Yeah.
And
it's a hard career at that.
Exactly, man.
People think it's a piece of piss and we just get given free stuff and loads of money. No, honestly, I'm working 24/7.
Also, when someone's having a shit time at work,
yeah,
there isn't thousands of people watching. You know,
you're having a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
The whole world's
or
watching.
3 dud videos in a row, and you're like, oh. It's all over, and everyone's watched it.
Yeah,
collapse. No, but I got. It was a PR trip to Disney. For anyone who doesn't know, PR trips when you get invited along, and you can't say it's a holiday because it's not a holiday. But my family got a proper holiday, and do you know what? They treated us so well. It was Disney World for 2 weeks. It was the Disney parks and then the cruises, and honestly, I felt like a superstar. I felt like Justin Bieber with the key to Disney. They just treated us like superstars, and it was amazing because it made the best content obviously for them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it made me such a Disney head.
Yeah.
I'm so into it now. I love it.
Oh, see, I've always been a Disney head. Like, we're a massive Disney fan, so I'm going to need that contact, thanks.
Yeah, no. Well, they'll see it. They'll see this.
But yeah, like, it's just amazing, isn't it? Like, you get those pinch me moments when you're like, what am I doing here? Because you are a normal person. You're a normal human being that just happens to be online, and then you're getting invited to Disney World, and you know, people get invited to the BAFTAs and stuff like that. It's just mental.
Yeah, that really is it. Like one day you're like getting screamed at by your kid, or like you're like cleaning shit up off the carpet, you're renting or whatever, and then next you're like on a plane to somewhere amazing, or you'll get invited somewhere. And like yesterday I went to a CBeebies event, and my eldest met Maddie, the presenter from Do You Know, who's literally one of his idols. If it was like between do I spend time with dad or this presenter, it would be the presenter. And I got to give that to him because I make ridiculous videos online. And I never take it for granted. These I trade like any like brand deal or whatever, or like YouTube income for a moment like that. I would go broke for a moment like that. You know what I mean? It was just and yeah, that's what makes it all really special. And obviously the Disney stuff was all really special as well. I'm very, very lucky, and I know that. Even when it's like hard, and most of the time I'm a parent, to be honest. I'm like basically a full-time dad. And I have a hobby that luckily brings in some amazing moments. But yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it? Like, I remember when my daughter met Giovanna Fletcher, but at the time she was watching the Toddler Club and the Baby Club on CBeebies.
See, that's it, man.
And she, her little face, it just lit up, and she was like, oh my God, that's the lady off the telly. And she was so sweet to her as well. And I just loved watching that moment. So it's not about the money, it's about those little bits.
I still get like that. I still get starstruck when I see
do I, but I have to pretend not to be starstruck. Like when I'm at these events, I got starstruck over your friend Paul Longley when I saw him at the event, and I was like, oh my God, that's that guy from TikTok.
I get starstruck every time I see Paul.
And I get starstruck with everybody, but I'm like, no, I'm cool.
I don't play it cool. I pulled a presenter from CBeebies to the side at an event, and I said, I just have to say, I'm so starstruck by you right now because I watch you every day on the TV. And she's like, thank you very much.
I bet they're just like, oh.
They were just like, can we just go watch a film now?
But isn't it weird that people are probably getting starstruck over you now?
They're definitely not.
They definitely are.
No, they might think, wow, his hair is actually that good in real life.
Ask the guys in this studio. I came in on Tuesday to work, and I was like, guys, I've got George Crossland on Friday. I'm so excited. People are like that with you now.
I just can't.
It's weird, isn't it? No. It's so weird. And yeah, you're going to be like that because you're only going to grow, and people are going to get starstruck over you in real life.
Cheers, mate. If that ever happens, I'm doubt it is happening. But
but when you're
pretty special,
humble, and you stay sort of humble to your roots, it's a weird feeling, isn't it?
I just don't think I have such a good group of mates that call me a dickhead every time. I just don't even say anything that's happening because I just know I'm going to get rinsed for it. And I've got two kids that don't give a shit about what I do for a living, you know? And like, there's no way my head can blow up because my life is too real. And all the things that happen are just what happens to everyone.
Cleaning up shit, and then you're like going to an event the next day, and it's just like, there's no room to get too big-headed when you've still got kids at home.
Exactly. And like wiping bums at one of the events while your kid screams, and you think like what is happening in that baby change bathroom? Like, I promise it's just my kid doesn't want to get his ass changed.
Honestly, you know? Sometimes I wonder why I go to these events with kids because I usually end up embarrassing myself, or like, and people are like, what the hell is going on?
I know.
It's ridiculous.
That's one thing I do feel like my parenting is on a sort of like a microscope.
Yeah, that's true.
Because obviously I share stuff about parenthood online. And so when I'm out and about, I feel like sometimes maybe people are like watching to see if it, like, my money's where my mouth is. And I think that's why it's really important now that people share like the shit bits and the hard times.
Oh yeah.
Because maybe it's just to cover my back in case I look like a shit parent out in public. Like, oh, we said it. Yeah. See, I said it. Just go back and find the video. I'm not very good at this.
Yeah, no. And a lot of like the online space, especially from like some like online mums, is used to berate dads. In terms of like the default parent and all of that stuff. How do you feel about all of that stuff, and how it's kind of become a space of the mums do the majority of the stuff.
Yeah, I think it's kind of somewhere we need to move towards is like dads not being that sort of like, what is it, like emergency tape across.
Yeah.
I remember when I first became dad, like one of the books was You've Got This, and it was like emergency tape, and I was like, no, why is it all like, that's not the mum books, it's like, here's how you do everything. But with dad, it's like, oh, you're about to have a baby and you're going to shit yourself. It's like, no, like we are equal parents.
Yeah.
You're not doing anyone favours.
Yeah.
Like we are here to be completely like sole parent.
Yeah.
You know, and I think there is a lot of I'm not saying there's loads of like mum influences that like, you know, say bad things about dads, but I think we do need to like big up the dads a bit more. Maybe I don't do it enough on my page, to be honest, but something I do try and do is I don't want my videos to be like, this is how bad it is to be a dad right now, or like, imagine if I started like saying how bad the mum of my children is.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, they did
that
this today.
Not go down well.
No, it wouldn't go down at all.
I wonder why like women get away with it, but like if you were to say that about your partner, like that would not go well.
No, I know, but maybe it is like, you know, that because sometimes do you know what, I don't know, but like there are a lot of, you know, pants lazy dads out there. Maybe I don't know.
And I guess because you are doing like creating full time, so I'm guessing you're at home full time.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of the dads traditionally are the ones that go out to work.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah.
The mums stay at home and do like the majority of the stuff, but in different roles. Like I know a lot of default parent dads, so the dads who do the majority of, you know, like the school stuff, school emails, stuff like that. Whereas traditionally that does fall down to the mum. So I guess that's where that comes from.
Is that what's called default parent?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that before.
So the default parent is the one that does the stuff, you know, like the majority of like the organising, all of that stuff, which traditionally falls to a mum because the dad's going off to work, the mum's staying at home. But it's not like that anymore. No. We can't afford that shit anymore. No. We both have to work. We both have to 50-50 everything.
My wife works full time.
Yeah, exactly.
Until about 2 months ago, I worked 1 day a week.
Yeah, yeah.
I was doing all the school runs.
Yeah. So I can see how, you know, 10, 20 years ago, like it would feel that way. It would feel like the mum is doing the lion's share of the stuff. But now it's not anymore because, I mean, if anything, I probably work more than my husband works. So I have to delegate and give him stuff to do. And I delegated something really good the other day. He had to do the school application because, like you, my youngest is going to school in September. You've got one going to school in September as well. And I delegated him doing the school application. What I didn't tell him was the amount of forms he was going to get once the application had finished. He got them all sent through the other day. I was like, cool, you enjoy that. That was your job.
Oh my God, yeah. I'd be interested to see what our split is with my wife.
Yeah.
Forms is definitely not my kind of thing. Maybe I'm a classic dad with that. But if there's like paperwork and stuff, it's too much for me. Yeah. I can do like when the nursery sends like emails over, like look at it and then say like, oh yeah, should we probably email that back?
Yeah.
Like, I've already seen it going up to my wife working. We're like, should we email that back?
Yeah.
That's about it. I like doing the actual physical stuff, being there, school runs and all that kind of stuff. I love meeting all the mums and the teachers and stuff. That's my favourite part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, paperwork and shit, I can't.
But I think, like, in some ways, it is still very much the mums doing all of that stuff. Like, the my school run is mostly mums, apart from me, because my husband does the school runs most of the time because I'm working.
Yeah.
But it's mostly mums on the school run. You don't see a lot of dads. So I do wonder if in some relationships, it is still stuck in those kind of typical gender roles.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see at school because the nursery my eldest is at is quite mixed.
Oh, really?
Maybe it's because it's like it's done in school hours.
Yeah.
I don't know, or like maybe there's a lot of working from home dads or freelance dads around where I am in Margate.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, it's always been quite mixed. But I would say all the parent friends I've made are all women. Are all mums.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm spending most of my time with them.
Yeah, yeah.
When you have a long walk back from nursery to all our houses.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's kind of, I think it's going in the direction of it being more of a 50-50 split just because of the way life is. Like, it's too expensive for the man to be the only, like, the sole income earner.
Yeah.
We have to have two incomes to be able to pay for life these days. And even that's probably not bloody enough.
No,
Life's
100%.
too expensive. Honestly. So we're going to move on to our show and tell segment.
Oh, yeah.
And shall we have a look and see what you've got?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So talk us through this.
So this is my my St. Stephen's school. So it would have been primary school. I went to 3 different schools. Went infant school till year 2.
Oh, okay.
Then it was year 3 to year 6 was my primary school. And this is like all my mates signing it on the last day of school.
Oh
but
my God.
when I was looking through stuff at my mum's house for what I could bring, I found this. And this is like obviously year 6.
Yeah.
And because I was coming on a podcast to talk about, well, a little bit of like the career I'm in right now, up until this year, so until year 6, I had crippling stage fright.
Really?
Couldn't be. I would get really. Yeah, there you go. I think that's a lot in this space.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't. Like I would cry on stage.
I'd pretend to be sick if I knew that standing up in assembly was a thing. Like that day, if I had to show something in assembly, I'd be like, right, I'm off. So yeah, and now we're here on podcast.
Well, exactly. And I think there was like a real turning point at this stage where I thought, I don't know what happened in the brain chemistry, but I was like, I just want to make people laugh and people see me.
Yeah.
There's probably like a way deeper
Have you
like
done
thing.
any like drama or?
I thought you were about to say therapy.
Have you been to therapy?
You was probably talking about bring this to therapy, not to a podcast.
No, have you done like drama or performing arts or anything like that to bring you out?
No.
That's weird then, isn't it? Because like I did drama to try and bring myself out of my shell at GCSE level, and like some performing arts stuff, and I felt like that kind of was what brought me out of my shell.
I think I just became a show off.
Was it therapy?
I think it was my parents getting divorced.
There you go.
I think that might have been it. But I just remember, like that last year of primary school, going into secondary school, I became such a show off.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you can show off to more than just your friends by posting online.
Yeah.
And I did it. That's all I am. It's just a show off. And it happened at this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it struck a bit of a chord with me.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but yeah.
Did you then like become the class clown, like making jokes and stuff all the time?
Yeah,
like,
100%. That's what I was called the class clown by teachers in a bad way, and then by students in a good
great way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I made jokes and like made fun of myself to combat bullying because I was bullied.
Oh man.
So I just used to like rip the shit out of myself.
Okay, getting there before they do.
Yeah, getting there before they did. But that's kind of like become my personality now.
Yeah.
Like I just joke about
Self-deprecation.
life, like self-deprecation all the time. But I've just massively come out of my shell in everything now. And I look at my daughter and she's like I was as a kid, and I'm trying to bring her out of her shell a bit more because I'm like, you can be confident, but we just need to like get you out of your shell a bit more.
Yeah, I thought about that when I looked at this as well, that my eldest is about to start school.
Yeah.
And he's going to have all these moments.
Yeah.
And I remember my mum said when I got on stage once in year 5, so how old are you then? Like 9 or 10?
Yeah, something
and
like
I just put my hands over my face and the teacher had to pull me away. I was just thinking, that's going to happen soon with my kids. Not that they might get such bad stage fright that they need to leave the stage.
Yeah.
But there's going to be moments where I am looking at them at school or on stage or in a social moment and I'm not going to be allowed to do anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to watch them be themselves and deal with it in that moment.
God, I can't.
I know,
It
like
makes my heart break. Like my daughter had a nativity the year just gone and she forgot her lines and I just watched the colour drain out of her face and like the panic and I just wanted to go and cuddle her, but you can't. You've just got to let them like deal with it. And she dealt with it so well.
Mate, that's amazing.
It was awful to watch.
See, I don't know what I'd do.
Yeah.
I think I'd start saying their lines or something. I think
I was like mouthing them to her. I was like, but she just
Father Christmas.
She didn't say it. It just then went on to the next person. And afterwards I was like, oh, I'm so proud of you for how you dealt with that and you just carried on and all of that. So hopefully that then made her realise like she was a bit more confident. But it broke my heart. I was like, I can't deal with it.
This is why I brought this on.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Chats. How do you feel about your eldest going to school in September?
I thought about it the whole way here, you know. I was listening to another podcast on the way here, like a parenting podcast.
Yeah.
And they were talking about like making friends and how involved you have to be with the making of friends and like play dates and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, it's round the corner.
Yeah.
And like, luckily I'm making some friends with some people now, and he's making friends, but they're all going to different schools.
Oh,
so it's about to start again.
Yeah.
And so I'm just trying to fill him with I've always been doing this, trying to fill them both with all the self-confidence they could ever need.
Yeah.
Really big them up, but help them realize who they are really early on and love who they are.
Yeah.
Like I get them to say like, I say, you are beautiful. Say you're beautiful to yourself, like in the mirror.
Yeah, like affirmation.
Yeah, and he's like, no, I don't want to do that. I was like, which word should we do? And he's like, cool. And he's like, yeah, I'll say cool. And so we say to each other, and I say to me, like, oh, sorry, the mic. I say to myself, like, I am cool. Daddy is cool. And he goes, I am cool. I am cool. And he looks in the mirror and says, I am cool. And I want him to have that like self-confidence that when he goes into school, he's going to be meeting people he doesn't know in social circles. And you never know, like, a kid going up to another kid and being like, hi, my name's whatever. And it's like, hi, I'm cool. And they're like, yeah, you are cool. Let's talk.
Yeah, I love that.
So that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. Like, and it'll be over summer. I'm just trying to, because he is becoming more of a kid now.
Yeah.
Obviously he's my oldest. So I'm seeing him turn from a toddler to like a little kid with personalities that aren't the same as other kids, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to really... Maybe it's just for myself. I'm like overthinking it massively because I'm so nervous about him starting school.
Oh, no.
But I just want him to feel safe in himself.
Yeah.
So when he is by himself, as on this first day of school, but surrounded by people that can be potential friends, that he knows himself and he's confident enough to be in that situation.
I love that. And the whole friends thing just happens. Like my daughter gravitated to these two girls in reception, and they've been like best friends ever since.
Oh, I love
and
that.
like it just happens that out of all the mums, their two parents would be the ones that I would probably gravitate to in life anyway.
Oh, that's amazing.
So like it just kind of happens, like they get their like people.
Yeah.
And they big each other up and all of that. But yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Although my son, who's my youngest, is going to school in September, he is very much himself, unapologetically, and doesn't actually currently give a shit what anyone else thinks.
Yeah.
Like he is wild and doesn't care who knows it. Like, so I don't have too many worries about his confidence. My worries about confidence were with my daughter.
Yeah.
So it's like you have two different personalities of children that you're having to do different kinds of parenting with.
And also like confident, like girls and women are treated differently to confident men, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Which is a horrible thing about like our society and stuff. Like an overly confident girl or woman can seem like a negative thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or it's like, oh, it's just a bit of a cocky lad when it's a boy. You know?
Exactly.
And so I am like cautious of that kind of thing. Like, like I don't want any. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just very nervous about it. You can tell, like, I'm thinking about it. But like you said, my dad said the other day, he was like, sometimes you just got to let life happen to you.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do about it. Like, your kid's not going to not go to school.
Yeah.
Going to go to school, and you're going to meet all the parents, and he's going to make friends.
Yeah.
And so maybe I just need to just let life happen to me with this one.
But I get why you worry about it. And I'm constantly thinking, is what I'm doing putting my children into therapy to life? Because like I had a good childhood, like was brought up fine. And like my parents got divorced and stuff. But aside from that, like we had no issues. And yet I still needed therapy as a result of my upbringing. Not because they did anything wrong, but just how things were different back then.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking, okay, if that happened to me, does that mean my kids are going to need therapy because of my parenting?
Yeah, I think about that too.
And it's just wild, isn't it? So I think it's inevitable.
Yeah. Well, I had therapy as well. It was really good. I wish more men did it, or just more people in general did it.
Yeah, definitely.
It was great. I did like 6 weeks of it, and I got like really like dug down deep, and it was great. Yeah. And thing is, I think now, like, if my kids do get it when they're older, I'm going to be quite proud of them. Yeah. I think. Yeah. I'm not going to be like, when they turn 16, by the way, you should probably get therapy. I don't know what the fuck was going on from like 5 to 10. Yeah. But whatever it is, you probably need therapy for it. I mean,
I'd happily say to my kids, like, I think you should get therapy, because I think everyone probably needs it in life for whatever reason. Because even if you have the best upbringing, like no issues whatsoever, childhood's fucking traumatic. Yeah. Like, kids are horrible. Yeah. School is horrible. School tries to ram you into a box that not everyone fits in. Yeah. Everyone probably needs therapy to unpack that a bit.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
If we start the campaign now, Every 16-year-old needs therapy.
Yeah. I don't know if that was going to go down.
Join the army or get therapy.
Yeah.
That's a joke, by the way.
They got therapy. On that note, shall we do spin and spill with the wheel?
Oh, yes. I'm very excited for this.
Cool. So here is our spin and spill wheel. Do you like it?
I love it. I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah, don't be nervous. There's only a few to be nervous about on there. Otherwise, it's pretty all right. Go ahead. Give it a good spin.
I've never spun one of these.
Have you not?
I'm about to win something.
Unfortunate.
Oh, that was rubbish. Spin it again.
Go again. What is it? Parenting confession.
Oh,
so
God.
we have. So first of all, I'm going to have a look and see what confessions we've got on here.
Oh, so I don't have to confess anything?
Yeah, and then you're going to have to confess
Bollocks.
your own.
Okay,
so
fine.
be thinking while I'm having a look what people have confessed.
What kind of confession?
Basically, we get audience members to confess something about parenthood or something they've done that's maybe a bit naughty or whatever, and we put them on here anonymously. So if you're listening at home, please do get your confessions sent in to Lottie at titstumsandallthingsmum.co.uk. I will keep you anonymous. Let's see what we've got. Oh, which one shall I choose?
Oh, this is juicy. I like this.
Do we want a deep one or a bit of a funny one? What do you reckon?
Can we have both?
We can do both if you want. Right, let's go deep first.
All right, let's do deep cuts.
I don't know if I love my partner anymore.
Oh my God. Okay, right.
Deep.
Whoa.
We have 3 kids together who are 8, 6 and 3, and I can't tell if it's the stress or that if I don't actually love him. I'm not attracted to him in the slightest, and he does my head in.
I don't mean to laugh.
Told you that was deep.
I don't mean to laugh. I feel so
there.
sorry for this person.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I can get...
I think you've answered your own question, though.
I don't know, though, because... How's the youngest? 3. I don't know. In those early days of parenthood, when you're sleep deprived, when everything feels really hard, sometimes you can look at your partner and be like, you're a fucking dick, stop breathing near me.
Oh, my wife thinks that about me every single day.
Yeah, and I guess if you've not had those feelings before, you could be questioning, is this because I don't love them anymore?
Oh, that's true. Actually, yeah.
But then when you get over that phase
Yeah.
of sleeping again and, all of that, you're like, oh, okay, well, that was just the sleep deprivation.
That's true. And also, I would like to know how much time they spend just those two. Like, some people get a really lucky network of family where they can spend lots of time together as a couple and remember what those times are like. Yeah. And they're like, oh, yeah, I do want to shag you. Yeah. But sometimes you never get a chance. You stop seeing your partner in that way, and I get that. Yeah. So maybe what you need to do is
do some date night.
Do some date nights, trial it. And even get laid, shag, bang.
Shag.
I think that's what you need to do.
If you can stomach shagging him, shag him.
And then write in again.
And then let us know how the shagging went.
But if that doesn't work, then maybe what do we always say? Don't stay together for the kids. They want to see you happy.
Yeah. But I think, like you said, we struggle to get date nights in. We don't have much childcare. They're still young, so we do at home date nights. And Friday night is date night, and tonight is date night, obviously. My daughter's had me up since 3:30 this morning, and I've got to be up for work at 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. So you can guarantee tonight it'll get to date time, and we'll be like, oh, I'm too fucking tired. Can we just go to bed? So you can see how you get stuck in a rut of just being parents and not
No, I totally get that. I totally get that.
Yeah.
I luckily still want to shag the pants off my wife every single day of my life.
Love that feeling.
I could honestly work a 50-hour shift. Yeah. Get back and it'd be 1 a.m. The house is burning down, and if my wife said, "Do you want to have sex?" I'd say yes.
But you're a bloke, though. I feel like girls. I don't know if we're a bit different. I've had a podcast about this before. Is that everyone's very different, and the couple that I had on were still they had youngish kids. They were still at it like rabbits. But I feel like some mums out there they get the resentment, they get the the tiredness and all of that,
and the mental load.
Yeah, the mental load, and that's the last thing on their list.
Yes.
So
no. Yeah. And that I think that is truly. True. Yeah.
Truly true.
I can see when Jam, my wife's looking at me, just there is nothing about you I want to sleep with right now. And I'm like, fair enough.
I can relate to your wife.
Yeah, I mean, and I fully get it.
Yeah.
Standing there in my boxes after a full day of parenting, and I'm like, eh? She's like, no. No.
Yeah.
Bed.
Have you seen that reel that's what are my chances? And she's like, absolutely fucking none.
Well, yeah, I think that, and I think that's for the most people, isn't it?
Yeah. So to this person, do some dates.
Yeah.
have some sex. Let us know how it goes.
100%.
Fingers crossed for you.
Fingers crossed, man.
All right. Next one's a bit more of a less deep one. I was once wafting a fart away whilst in bed waiting for my boyfriend to finish in the loo. Whilst wafting, I smashed some model of some sort. I put it back together as best as I could and laid there in a sexy position. My boyfriend broke up with me the next day. I later found out that I had smashed his prized possession, his extremely collectible and high-value model of something from Star Wars.
And you dodged a bullet there, mate.
I haven't even watched Star Wars, so I didn't get it. Maybe I was better off out of there.
I think you were.
Yeah.
There should be
a different boyfriend.
Yeah. I think there's no model of any TV show or film that's that important.
No, honestly. Yeah, you're better off out there. You're all good. And also, you didn't need to waft that fart away. Your boyfriend should have accepted that farts are normal. Yeah. Like Dutch oven him.
Farts are sexy. It's 2025.
Exactly. What world do we currently live in where you can't fart in front of your boyfriend?
Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah, no. My first fart in front of my husband was in the Citizen M Hotel. I remember it vividly. That's just
you start your book like that.
Yeah. My first fart was in... No, do you know, my book's actually a fiction about me and my husband, but it's not because they're called Emma and Adam.
Is this like when Twilight, that woman made 50 Shades of Twilight?
No, it's about him, so I hope he's not watching this episode.
Oh my God.
It's basically about all the things that get written in, about like the resentment, the losing the love, the getting it back again, and then it kind of turns a bit 50 Shades of Grey at the end.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I will say, when you get it back again, it's great.
Yeah.
It's not like the third way. It's not like we're like 80 years old and like got no worries.
Yeah.
But like, when you get that back, it is amazing.
Exactly. But you have to work on it. It's not something that just happens.
No, you have to work.
Yeah. Amazing. How do you feel about taking part in Stroller Speedway?
I'm excited. Do you want my confession?
Oh, yeah, your confession. We nearly forgot that.
Yeah,
What do you think of one?
Yeah, that fart one reminded me of one.
Go.
This is actually a multiple confession. I have blamed my farts on my kids in public.
Don't we all?
A lot of times.
Yeah.
Like to the point where I've probably done a fart with like skid marks. Yeah. And it's because but like baby poo. So it's like people have gone like, that is one of the most disgusting things to ever come out of a human. I'm like, you're right.
Yeah.
What a disgusting baby that is.
Creature.
Just pop into the toilet to change my pants.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm going to say this, right? Actually, I probably shouldn't say this. I'm probably going to get in trouble. So I'm a nurse, right? So patients, if they're in hospital, probably have got gastrointestinal issues because they're in hospital anyway. So fart, they poo in their pads and stuff. I can fart at work and no one will question whether it was me because there's patients everywhere.
I love that.
So I've always been able to blame my kids or my patients.
Actually, to be fair, for the last 10 years, before I was a content creator, I worked in special needs schools.
Yeah. So you could blame your...
I probably should have blamed more farts.
Yeah.
Could have done that. I worked in a school where kids are farting all the time.
Because you can absolutely just be like,
why did I hold in my farts?
Yeah,
what an idiot.
You go. What were you doing all those years? Right, now I can ask you, how do you feel about Stroller Speedway?
I'm going to win it.
Wow, that is.
I'm so don't let the nice hair with loads of serum in it distract you from the fact that I am a very, very competitive male.
Everyone that comes on this podcast wants to win it, so I
can't not win it.
Okay,
I have to win. If I don't win, who cares?
Okay. All right, let's head over.
Let's do it.
So here we are, Stroller Speedway. You look nervous now.
I don't know why I'm being so competitive, but I am. It's my toxic trait.
So these top two here are disqualified because they didn't clean the baby properly. So you've got about 59 seconds to beat to get to the top of the leaderboard. So situation is standard. You've put your baby in the pushchair. She's done a poo. God's sake. So you get her out of the pushchair, put her on the floor, clean her as clean as you'd like your own child to be.
Oh, that's not fair. That's not fair.
I mean, you can take that as you want to. Okay. Put that nappy back on her, put her back in the pushchair, slalom that way, touch my shoulder to finish. Any questions?
Round and back, then touch.
So yeah, slalom that way, back, round, touch my shoulder.
Okay.
You reckon you've got this?
Yeah.
Do you want to limber up or anything?
like think about what's actually happening, George. It's not like, why am I taking it so seriously?
I reckon you've got this.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, I'm going to count you down.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Sorry, baby. Okay.
Honestly, I wouldn't apologise to her. She's been through some stuff, this Annabelle.
Wipes first, wipes first, wipes first, wipes first, wipes first.
This is when they come out like in a big line, hundreds of them.
There we go. Oh my God, it's disgusting. Oh my God.
You've never had a girl before either, so...
This is true.
all the crevices.
Oh no, I'm losing time. Come on. Why are you stuck? Stop sticking. There we go. This is so weird. It's too many crevices. Okay, that is... Do you know what? That is exactly... No, it's not clean enough. That's not clean enough.
You're halfway through your 30 seconds.
Oh my God, okay. That's enough. Okay. You're clean.
Nappy on.
That's it. Nappy on. You know, we're in a rush. You don't need to be that clean.
I mean, she's pretty clean.
She's pretty clean. Let's do the slalom. Let's go. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Do I need to be going through?
That's fine, go like that.
That's fine.
Oh, amazing. Where do you think you are?
About 3rd or 4th.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
You're number 1 on the lead.
Yes! Oh my God!
58 seconds.
Come on!
Yes,
I can look at my children in the face when I get home. Come on!
Yes.
Oh.
I love that there's a man at the top of the leaderboard.
Oh, yeah, that's
I feel like that
is
is the best thing. Because, we're going to just move those. They're disqualified.
Cheaters,
Let's put
get them
over
off.
there.
Get them off.
0.58. Top of the leaderboard. Yeah. I feel like you need like a trophy or something. You need to get
yeah. At the end of the
medal.
year. Yeah.
Maybe that's something I'm going to have to do is get medals. If anyone gets top of the leaderboard, you get a medal.
Or if anyone beats me, I'll come back on.
Yeah. You're just going to have to keep coming back on just to keep getting top of the leaderboard. I love that.
Oh, that was amazing.
Well
was so much
done.
fun.
Let's head back over.
That was so good.
So, how did you do? Tell everyone.
I'm feeling chill about it, you know. It's not that big of a deal, man.
Not a big thing. It's not a big thing.
Number 1. Come on.
So the top 2 are disqualified now. So you are number 1 on the leaderboard.
Come on.
I love that for you.
That's 10 years of working in a special needs school.
Yeah,
coming to fruition.
Honestly, your nerves as well. And I could hear you like talking to yourself.
I know, I took it so seriously.
Got to do this. Come on, Annabelle.
I felt maybe it was I had to prove myself. Like, I don't know.
Well, because you're a bloke and you've got
I guess
here
so.
And now you're top of the leaderboard with mostly women. To be fair, Tom, the unlikely dad, is quite high up the leaderboard as well. So, I think your dads are doing great.
You've changed a lot of nappies.
Changed a lot of nappies. Well, it's been so fun having
thank you
on
so
today.
much.
You've definitely got to come back again.
100%.
Lots of times. You've got to come back and keep your top of the leaderboard.
I know, yeah.
If anyone ever tries to overtake you now, you've got to keep coming back on.
Honestly, this was so much fun. Thank you.
It's so fun. Thank you for coming. Could you tell everyone where we can find you online?
It's George Crossland. If you search that on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, even Snapchat, all of them.
Down with the kids.
Down with the kids. I'll come up and just come say hi in the comments.
Amazing. And thank you to everybody for watching and listening at home. Please do head over and get your Tits on Tour tickets and let us know in the comments if you'd like today's episode. And I will see you soon.